Hi everyone, it's Linda Fabry and this is the weekly reading for December 16th through the 23rd. I'll be using the Sacred Journey deck today, and this deck was designed to support you on your sacred journey towards self-discovery. So it's an evolving deck because life is a creative process, right? So creativity is meant to flow and it's never really finished, and so that's kind of the inspiration for this deck. So I create a new card every month. Members of my Patreon community submit their questions and intentions, and I pull from the collective energy and channel that into an image. So this is the one we created for this month, for December. And that image then is translated into words, which becomes a card in the deck. So you can get the focus. And so I go live every first of the month and we create a new image and we talk about that, and that's the theme for the month. And then new cards are also created from private painting sessions. So you can book a session with me and we'll talk about, you'll be able to set your own intention, and the image that comes through will provide you with messages and guidance toward whatever you're working on in your life. And then if you'd like, I can take that and it can become a new card in the deck. So this is a growing, evolving deck. The cards don't come out every month, but they kind of gather together, and then I create booster packs that I'll be releasing. They're starting to get there, so I'll start releasing 10, 20 card booster packs that you can add on to. This is the starter deck that I'll be reading from today. It's got 33 images and messages. They're all uplifting and inspirational, you'll see. And the backs are all hand stamped, so I stamp them myself, and the edges are gilded with gold, and they're really pretty, and they come in this blue kind of velvety bag that's stamped to match. So that's the Sacred Journey deck. I'd like to recap this month's painting. So this is what came up the first of the month. This is what we're looking at for December 2019. And the title of this card was Run to Yourself. Right? So this image just kind of conveys the kind of collective energy that came through while we were creating our live painting. And we've got some kind of wisdom. The owl came up last month too. And so I want to just remind you of the theme to run to yourself, to, pick up your, invest your talents. This is a time last week too, during the weekly reading. I'm recording this on Sunday, and part of the reading from last week on Sunday was self-reflection. So just a reminder, that's kind of where we're at right now. It's self-reflection. It's all about you right now, and that's okay. So I know a lot of us have kind of internal programming that we are meant to be altruistic, and yes, I agree with that. But also, we can't give of ourselves if we're not giving to ourselves first. If we don't have anything to give, we got to fill our well, right? So that's what kind of this month is really kind of revisiting some things, getting ourselves right so that we can move into the future whole, complete and whole. So if you want to read that, there's on my blog, there's a whole write-up of what that painting's about and the card and everything. So let's get right to it. So I'm going to pull 3 cards, kind of divide the week into 3 parts. The first card I'm pulling is for Monday, Tuesday, and then I'll pull one for Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday into the weekend. So let's see. So looking at Monday, Tuesday, we've got the golden light of grace. So it says an invitation awaits your response. And I'll put pictures too. So if it's you can go to my blog and see the full detailed picture if it's not focusing in. So the golden light of grace says an invitation awaits your response. Acceptance gives stability to your dreams. Stand strong and allow divine wisdom to flow to you. So looking at this card, when I think of grace, that's an invitation from the divine, from our higher self, to accept it to flow into us, to accept it to kind of guide us, accept that union with it. So this first couple days of the week, really take some time to just stand strong in your own light and trust that guidance is there, that invitation is there, but just because the invitation is there doesn't mean you've accepted it. So put yourself in a receptive mode, and it's coming to you. It's all that wisdom, the answers that you've been seeking, those insights, they're right there, right for the picking. So stand strong and let it flow to you. And that's Monday, Tuesday. So let's look at Wednesday, Thursday. Windswept harmony. Okay, so at first look, this looks like kind of about romance, or with this really has nothing to do with any other humans. These are the parts of yourself coming together. It says, get swept up in your beautiful emotion. Let go into love, and let the rhythm of your heart guide you into greater harmony with yourself. So let it move you. Let your emotions move you. I also see music notes in here. So use that power of music to shift your vibration. If you want to feel differently than you've been feeling, you have that power to do that. And you do that by connecting through your heart. And music's such a great way. And really all the media that we consume, we have a choice in it. So when I see this card, sometimes I think of music, but I also think of whatever vibrationally that we're letting in, that we're programming ourselves with. Make a conscious choice that feels good, that it gives your heart the rhythm that you want it to have. Choose things that are coherent to your heart rhythms and and the thoughts that you want to think, and move into greater harmony. So again, that word harmony too, I for a long time I thought about balance, and I thought balance was what I was seeking. In nature, when things come into balance, it's a signal for growth. So we can find that equilibrium or that balance, and then it can cause upheaval. So what we're really seeking, and which is fine, I mean, growth is awesome, but what we're really seeking is this harmony where it's not about having equal scales, it's about things fitting together well, like a symphony, where not all the instruments have equal sound time. They don't all play at the same amount of time, but together might have more wind and less strings or something like that. But they work together to create a unity and a wholeness. So that's really what this is doing that for yourself, and getting swept up in your beautiful emotion. I think we get the wrong message about emotions. Emotions is energy in motion. It's that let it move you, and even if it's those negative emotions or those feelings of fear, anxiety, use that as energy and pivot and shift into let it be fuel to move you in a different direction, right? So that's the middle of the week, is to really get into harmony with yourself. And then Friday into the weekend, let's see what they have to say. This is an interesting time, energy, these seasons with all the holidays, and we're getting so many messages about what we should be doing, there's so much like expectation and pressure, and just like then it causes us to go like, well, what do I really want? And I think that's good. That's a nice catalyst for what do we want for our lives and that kind of thing. So that's, again, like shifting that, getting into harmony with it. Toward the end of the week, it feels like I'm hearing like this phrase of like finding comfort in the discomfort, or getting used to it, kind of not getting broken in or anything like that, not like your spirit getting broken and you finally succumbing to it, but kind of surrendering to like, okay, this is a process and this will pass, and becoming more comfortable. I feel comfort anyway, is what I was feeling. And again, kind of following with this idea of choice into the weekend, this is the card that comes up, you know the way. So if you look, it's kind of like a crystal ball or snow globe kind of image, and there are two options to get to that big moon back there, right, to that manifestation, that culmination. There's this huge steep mountain, or there's this valley. And so the card says, whether you climb the rugged mountains or wander the whimsical valley, all paths lead to treasure when the quest begins within. So this week, again, even though there's a lot of there are a lot of messages about, you know, giving your time to others and being there and interacting with other people, yeah, that's awesome. And community is important and family is important. But it also feels like a time continuing that kind of path of self-reflection along the theme with run to yourself for the whole month. This one's saying that you have a choice on how you want to get there, but just as long as it's starting where, you know, if it's coming from your own true desires, your own vision for yourself, that quest of self-reflection and going forward from that place, you know the way. All the paths lead to the treasure. You will get where you want to go, and you have a choice on whether or not you want to climb the mountain to get there or kind of dance through the valley to get there. That whimsical little field of flowers. So just to recap, let's see. The beginning of the week, you have an invitation that awaits your response. And when you accept it, it gives stability to your dreams. Say yes, be in the receptive mode, stand strong and allow the divine wisdom to flow through you. And I like that. As the divine wisdom flows through you, that creates greater harmony with yourself. So get swept up in it. Allow it to build momentum. Right? And then at the end of the week, into the weekend, trust yourself. Trust that you know the way and that you can choose whatever path you want to take to it. Whether you go up the mountain or you go through the whimsical valley, just be sure that it starts from this place within you. And again, I'll give you another look at this month's painting, the painting of the month, which became the oracle card, Run to Yourself. So run to yourself, run past the fears and expectations, use your talents and your gifts as stepping stones to get where you want to go. Trust in your wisdom. That owl's just kind of chilling. It's not really like hyper vigilant on anything. You know the way. I think is a good way. So, and if you want to enter to win this, go to my Patreon, patreon.com/Linda Fabry. Also, you can go to my website and book your own private reading, and I'll make a painting just for you. We'll talk about it. You get to pick your own colors, and it evolves right in front of your eyes. And then that can become another card too if you want to learn more about the painted readings. It's Linda Fabry /painted-readings. And then for the Sacred Journey Oracle deck, you can just go to my shop, lindafabrysshop.com/shop. And the other thing with the, oh, that's what I wanted to say. If you become a patron, you save 22% on all Oracle cards, all decks that I have, as long as you're a member. So you can get as many as you want, and you can use your discount code and as many times as you want. So thank you so much for joining me for the weekly reading. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Bye-bye.